Hmm. Assalamualaikum. Today we will talk about the kinetic molecular theory, which discusses the structure of matter. As you all know that matter exists in three forms: solid, liquid, and gas state. The purpose of this lesson is to explore a useful model of the structure of matter called the kinetic molecular theory. As you know that models is simplified approximation of reality, so that remember that the actual structure of matter is more complex than that presented here. So we begin by picturing matter as composed of sphericals like this. So what is kinetic molecular theory? As you all know that all matter is composed of tiny particles, and these particles are in constant motion. The particles are constantly moving, changing their direction and velocity. The amount of motion is proportional to temperature. Increase in temperature means increased motion. As you all know that temperature is the measure of degree of motion of the particles. When the temperature goes up, the velocity of the particles increases. As you know, solid, liquid and gases differ in the freedom of motion of the particles and the extent to which the particles interact. Remember that these animations are based upon a model and are therefore simplification of reality. For example, real particles move much more faster than the particles in the animation. We are now going to see the animation of solid, liquid and gases. This is the animation of solid state. As you know that the typical image of solid exists by compacting particles together, placing them very close together in orderly planes. In reality, the empty spaces between them, and because of their constant movements, they are not quite as orderly as the image suggests. So, focus on this brown ball. The continual bumps for some of the particles and tugs from others, it's continuously changing its direction and velocity. Despite the continual changes, the strong attraction between the particles trap each particle in the same small volume with the same particles surrounding it. An increasing temperature affects the structure of a solid. Remember that increasing temperature leads to increased velocity of the particles, hence converting the solid state into the liquid state. As the particles move faster, it collides with the other particles around it with much more force, pushing them slightly further apart, leading to the small increase in volume of a solid state. So, in any solid is heated enough, the movement of the particles becomes sufficiently powerful to push the other particles around them completely out of position. If one particle is moving fast enough, it can push adjacent particles out of the way entirely and move to a new position. The new position leads to the new state, that is solid to liquid state. The organized structure collapses and solid becomes a liquid. Here you can see the particles in the liquid state are moving much more faster, breaking attractions, pushing other molecules out of the way and move throughout the liquid. You can follow the darker particle. You can see it almost pushes it out of the way because each particle is moving throughout the liquid. They all eventually came to liquid surface. A particle's direction of movement may carry it beyond the surface into the space above the liquid, but the attraction of the particles behind it will usually draw it back again. On the other hand, if a particle is moving fast enough, it can move far away from other particles to break the attraction pull. This is the process by which liquid is converted to gas. The conversion of liquid to gas is called vaporization or evaporation. As you can see in the coming slide, In the gas state, the particles are moving much more faster, and when any particle leaves the attraction pull, they leave from the liquid state and converting into the vapor state, or we can say the liquid is vaporizing or evaporating. As you see, when the water is boiling, it is converting from the liquid state to the gas state. As you know, the particles moving up and away from the surface are usually pulled back by attraction to other particles still in the liquid, but sometimes they are moving fast enough to escape and join other gas particles above the liquid. The particles of a gas are much further apart than in solid or in liquid. In the air, for example, the average distance between particles is about 10 times the diameter of each particle. This leads to the gas particles themselves taking only about 0.1% of total volume. The other 99.9% of total volume is in empty space. According to our model, each particle in a gas is moving freely in a straight line path until it collides with another gas particles or with the particles of liquid or solid. These particles are usually moving fast enough to break any friction that might form between them. So after two particles collide, they bounce off each other and continue on their way along. For example, if you're riding on one of the particles, you will usually be so far away from the other particles that you would think you are alone in the container. An instant later, you will collide with a particle that seems to came out of nowhere. This collision changes your direction and velocity. So, this is all about the structure of matter as we discuss about the solid, liquid and gas states. If you like the lecture, please subscribe to Subject Expert for more videos on the chemistry and biology subject. Thank you.